So fight fans from Gleason's gym over here with Scott. Burrell, how are you? How's everything?
Man, can't complain, man. I think it's good.
I mean, as far as we see, sometimes I see you posted some kind of workouts.
Yeah,
What's the purpose of that? You keeping yourself in shape? Or?
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna fight in February. So I'm just coming off a shoulder injury, but I'm feeling much better now. So I haven't fought yet this year, but it's healed up. So I'm gonna fight in February of next year. I'm just in the gym, staying in shape, sharpening up basically.
I always says, when we get to see the twin brothers, I always call it like double trouble. So maybe.
Yeah. We fought in the same card, similar like the Charlo. We fought in the same card a few times. So just.
So what was it for you, to fight, with your other brother? Do you feel kind of nervous, or can you share your experience?
Yeah, I feel like I prefer fighting on my own than fighting with my brother at the same time because, I'm trying to relax for the fight. Stay, just keep my eye on just one game plan. But with my brother, I feel like I'm fighting two fights in one night. Obviously, he knows what he's doing in the ring, but I'm more nervous for my brother's fight than my own fight. So I don't like it too much, but people like to see that. So.
Yeah, I mean, like the fact that I asked you this question is because sometimes when, let's say, two brothers step in the same car, I'm not saying in the same fight, but in the same car, I don't know if you guys, concerning of each other. So can you share some of the thoughts, like
sure.
Let's say?
Yeah, you definitely concerns both, but you can't really. Obviously, I concentrate for my fight. I've got to be professional and trust that my brother knows what he's doing, and he does, so I can relax. But at the same time, I'm invested in my brother's fight also, so it has something to it. But with practice, it becomes easier. If you find the same guard enough, then you get used to it, more used to it, and just I concentrate on my fight. My brother concentrates on his fight, and then we get the job done. Yeah.
It's very interesting to hear this, thoughts from you, because a lot of people, they might think, oh, these two brothers, they're gonna fight. I think that's easy, or I mean, not saying that's easy, but I think they're focused on what they're gonna do each other. But
not so easy. No, I mean, I can't speak for every twin that fight. Maybe the Charlo are different, but for me and my brother, I feel invested in my brother's fight also. Emotionally invested in my brother's fight also. So I can do it, and I've done it. Plenty of times. We always win when we fight together. Usually, only one time I got a bad decision, but usually it's fine. But it's not the ideal thing to do. But it's good for entertainment, and with practice, the more we do it, the easier it becomes.
Yeah, the more easy and the more skillful you get, I guess, right?
You can just say, my brother concentrate on his fight, I concentrate on mine. Go handle business. You got double the celebration when you finish. That's good. It's got something to it. That's good.
Yeah. Were you able to watch the fight that we just recently, had it this past Saturday, Rocky Field and Canelo? What are your thoughts on Canelo?
Yeah, I think Canelo is a great fighter. I enjoy watching Canelo fight. Right up there with the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world right now. So I enjoy watching Canelo fight, but that fight was, business as usual. I don't think the guy was on Canelo's level, and he showed that.
Do you think, eventually right now we have one of the Charlos over here, and Charlo, definitely wants that fight, against, Canelo.
Yeah.
So how do you see, Canelo going against Charlo, two skillful fighters?
It'd be interesting. I feel like Canelo's obviously got more experience at that level. Canelo's tried and tested at the elite level. Charlo not so much yet, but they're hungry. Charlo's hungry, he wants to fight. He's a good fighter, he believes in himself, so it'll be interesting. He's got the skills to give Canelo a good fight. Anything can happen in boxing.
Definitely, I say it's a good for boxing. I can't say that probably it's gonna happen 2019 because they're different.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon. There are different networks, when it comes to PBC, that's on. So I don't know if
I feel like the money's right, they can make it happen. And it's a good fight to see, man. Charlo wants to fight, so and you have to sometimes beat somebody great to prove that you're on that level. So he's hungry, he wants to fight. I wouldn't completely get back against him. Canelo tried to test it at the elite level. It'd be good to see. can't say who would win, but it could be good to see.
No, that should be good. I mean, that should be one of the fights that it needs to be happen for boxing. It needs to be, you know, these two boxers face each other.
Yeah, it's good to see that. People at, you know, at the elite level, at the top of the sport, fight each other.
But what do you think right now, you know, I mean, for 2019, there's so many fighters that, you know, Canelo is now the main attraction, you know, and eventually, you know, he's right now, you know, like, let's say one of the best pound for pounds in boxing, middleweight. Are you interested to see Triple G3, or how do you know, do you think that the fans, they still, you know?
Yeah, I think I'll be interested to see. I mean, there's still a few other good fighters that, you know, around that weight division that I'll be interested to see either of them fight, but I'm sure, you know, Triple G would want another fight with Canelo. All the fights are close, and they fought again, it'd be close again. Some of that Triple G and Canelo remind me of that Pacquiao and Marquez.
Yep.
But every time they fight, it's going to be close. It's going to be a good fight, it's going to be close. Anything can happen. Obviously, if I was Triple G, I'd want to fight again. If they fought again, I'd watch it.
Yeah, definitely, you know, you took the words of my mouth, because I was just going to say, this fight, it reminds me like Marquez Pacquiao, like when they used to fight each other. You know, for some reason.
They made for each other, they made for each other. It was always going to be an entertaining fight when they fight. But they fought the third time, I would watch it, for sure. Good fight, all of them so far.
I mean, when it comes from Abel Sanchez, when I spoke with him, he says that they trying to deal, you know, that fight happens again, because I think the fans, they deserve that, and some of them, you know, they're still unsatisfied. I know, you know, a lot of people, they when, you know, for both teams, they support Canelo, Triple G.
Yeah.
Some of them, they said, I mean, eventually Canelo says already, you know, this chapter is closed. So
the money's right.
But I guess if the money is right, you know, they could make the third fight. So I'm trying to.
No, I mean, I can understand why Canelo would say that, you know, first fight was close, it was a draw, second fight he won, you don't need to do it again. But so if the money's right and there's enough demand, they'll do it again. You know, they'll do it again. But in the meantime, there's a lot of good fighters around that weight division, that the Charlo, Danny Jacobs. Good fighters out there, that
Billy Joe Sander.
These people are
Dimitri Andrade, so many, you know, like
good fighters that are waiting for their shot too. So if you don't want to fight Triple G, you've got options. Same thing for Triple G, he doesn't have to fight Canelo. You've got options.
Talking about Triple G, do you think that Triple G right now is, you know, people is still interested to fight him, or they will go more for Canelo?
Well, if you're looking for the bigger money with Canelo, the Triple G is always dangerous. But it might be harder for him to fight some of the big names right now, because I'm sure, you know, there's a high risk if you fight Triple G or Canelo. But there's more money reward with Canelo. So a lot of the time you've got to choose one. I'm sure people are going to lean towards Canelo. Triple G, even though he's getting a little bit older, he's got that dynamite power. So, you know, for any up-and-coming fighter that's in and around championship level, risky fight, a little more risky because of the punch power with Triple G. But either one's a tough fight. There's more money in the Canelo fight. If you're Danny Jacobs or Charlo, or you think you can beat both, you get more money with Canelo.
It's true, you know, when it comes to money, I think, you know, they will go with Canelo, but also I feel like if they choose Triple G, that should be good for the resume for anybody, I think.
Yep, but right now he's still very dangerous, so he's not at the level where you can put him on your resume. That's a losable fight for anyone in the top 5 in the world right now, middleweight. So they're not going to be in no rush to fight Triple G unless the money's right.
So true, you know, I mean, hopefully all these fights happen at the right moment, at the right time, because, you know, 2019, it seems like middleweight division is like a lot of fighters that, you know, like the way Canelo spoke with me, now everybody wants to fight me.
But the money's like Mayweather now.
Yeah, right?
The money.
So we'll see what the future holds for Canelo. We'll see what the future holds for middleweight division. We just got to stay tuned, you know, God willing, 2019, to see the best of boxing, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Is there any message that you would like to share with all the fight fans and everybody supports you?
You know, just stay tuned in. I'm Bang Burrell on Instagram, Bang Burrell on Twitter. Follow my twin brother too, Bad News Burrell on Instagram and Twitter. Just keep looking up at the Burrell twins on our way up.
Thank you, Scott. You know, wishing you always the best.